About your favorite Todd memory. Kyle, good to see you.
Oh, and good to see you too.
Oh, Beth is here. Hi, Beth.
Yeah, we got an all-star crew today.
Yeah, really, the best of.
We got Kaki.
Kiki, change your name.
I'm my favorite. It's all good. Actually, she can say. It's all good.
Keki got a invite to run for the host job in the channel the other day. I noticed.
I didn't notice that.
I didn't see that.
People were petitioning for her to be the new host of the show.
Yeah, it does not look like that showed up for me. Not on my.
Give the people what they want.
Yeah, I mean, give them what.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, just show me that piece of evidence, and we'll just go from there. How about that?
we can do that after the show. I'll make sure you get your eyes on that, Kyle.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you know, I'm not gonna whatever you produce now. I'm not gonna believe it, but
yeah, I figured you were gonna say that.
Sure. Hey, you need receipts, man. I've told you this a million times. You need receipts from this game.
I know. Todd, what do you think? You ready to get started?
Yeah, man. Why don't you introduce us?
All right. Try to get your energy up a little bit.
Yeah,
I've only got 2 more of these, and you're really low energy for.
I know.
There's only 2 more.
I know. I'm pounding the coffee. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, he's been slacking me. Just so you all know, Todd's been slacking me all day about how lethargic he's been feeling, how tired he's been feeling.
I'll just give the full thing. So we had a little talk where we mentioned, I think, in the last one, which was a couple weeks ago, that I was recovering, from COVID, and I'd been taking steroids for that, and I had ended up getting really into the steroids. Eventually they ran out.
Really into them. Really into them.
Yeah, it was becoming
hair
a lifestyle.
still looks great.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was becoming a lifestyle for me, and I kind of want to show off the muscles, Alice. Honestly, here's the thing: since I stopped taking the steroids, I've dropped 35 pounds and even more energy. So I mean, look, I stopped it. I felt a little bit less energy, but then I don't know, Tyler, should we get into it right now, what I asked you to do? Or
yeah, so essentially Todd reached out to me and he said that he was feeling really low energy. And, because I'm really into Halloween, those of you who know me know that I love Halloween. I love the spooky season.
And I've been watching Halloween on Hulu.
Right.
And
And so every year for
plug.
Halloween, I dabble here and there with what some might call witchcraft, what others might call, the black magic. And I just call it fun. I just call it seasonal fun. And anyways, I've been making Todd and sending him little potions and brews here and there to kind of increase his energy as a result of the lack of steroids. And, the weirdest thing has been going on because Todd, these things, I've been taking these same potions and everything for a while now. I'm feeling stronger than ever. I'm feeling like a new man. And Todd's been feeling lethargic, drained, lower energy, while my energy is going up. So we don't know exactly what's going on with these. We've got 2 more Asktodds, and we're hoping that by the end of the series, he's going to be feeling a lot more healthy. But did I leave anything out? Is that essentially?
I guess there was that. There's the, it's called for a lot of things. It was a really old spell, and there's a lot of transfusions and some stuff that you don't really see as much in modern medicine. But we pretty much have been trying everything, and it's to say it's not taxing my body would be a lie.
Right.
It's taken a toll,
Yeah, Todd, I'm just going to get into the nitty-gritty details of it because I think the people deserve to know. Todd was so sick the other night that he called me and he said that he actually had thrown up a little bit of blood. Is that too much? Am I going into too much detail?
I mean, you can say it.
And then the weird thing is I went to the doctor the next day because I was feeling extra vibrant and alive, and I wanted to make sure that wasn't the symptom of something. And the doctor told me that I had more blood in my body than they have ever seen in a man's body, more extra blood. So anyways, be thinking about Todd and be thinking about me, of course, as always, and just something to be aware of as we start the show. Todd's feeling a little bit low, and I'm happy to kind of take on the mantle today and be a little bit more high energy for us. But anyways, we can get into the show now because I know
think
we've
what
got
they
questions.
said though for you,
Yeah.
Tyler, is they said it was an embarrassment of blood, is what they said. Like it was silly how much blood was in you, and
too much.
What's
blood.
that, Kyle?
Too much blood.
Yeah.
Kyle
I can't
knows.
hear you, Kyle.
You can't. Look
now I
at
can.
this.
Now I can.
It's like it's kind of wiggly. Do you guys have this on yours?
The little dangle. Yeah.
Little dangle. It's a little.
Oh,
it's
that's
loose.
nice.
I have AirPods.
Yeah, I broke it. Yeah, I know. Everybody sees it. It's like
well, so let's get into the show because I know there's some people here who probably have questions they need answered, and Todd's going to do his best today despite his condition. But welcome to another Ask Todd Live. This is the show where, for the time being, you ask Todd questions and he answers them. You can ask them through the chat, and I go ahead and I can read those to him, or you can just unmute and ask them if you're Kyle. But that's kind of the way the show goes.
Okay.
And so, get those questions in the chat.
Not like you said I could do shit like this, man.
Right. Yeah. You're allowed. Yeah. We've talked about it, especially.
So don't point it out and be like, do like Kyle. It's like, well, you said I could. You always
the number one guy who does it. You're the number one guy who does it. I think.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I am the number one guy.
What are you guys talking about?
Todd, I got a question for you. See if you can dive in. Pay attention. Todd, for as much as Tyler teased you off, do you consider yourself a professional golfer? That was a good one. Kyle. I liked that. That was a good one.
Yeah, the answer.
You don't have to read the question, Todd. I read it out loud just now, man. Do you want to?
Who's that?
Oh man,
Tyler?
Okay, you're really.
So
you know what?
energy.
I know what to do. Listen up. I'm gonna ask you another question. Answer this one, and we'll do a little bit more of our stuff to get you feeling a little bit better.
I'm gonna answer the question.
Okay, you're gonna answer it.
Yeah.
He's really low energy.
What's the question?
He's feeling really sick. Let's. Do you want me to answer the question? Okay. All right. This is ridiculous. Let's try a different one for you, Todd. Are we now just a bunch of toilet mouth potty brains? Have we stooped so low? That's from Nick. Because obviously it's a Nick question. Because it's whatever. It's not great.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great question, Nick. It's a great question, Nick. In Oscar Wilde's play, Lady Windermere's Fan, one of the characters says, "We're all in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars." And I think what it's telling us is like, we are human refuse, right? We are dirty, base things, but it's not so much where we are as where we aspire to be, I think. And I don't know, maybe turn that attitude around a little bit, Nick. I'm sorry, what are we even talking about right now?
Yeah, no, you're really, it's okay. I've got I'm going to perform one of the little things I've been doing recently.
Oh, yeah.
And this is for you. I've been doing this for you every night since you asked me to. You can probably feel the smoke heading towards you right now.
Yeah.
This is going to help you feel a little bit better.
Is that the Palo Santo? Is that the Palo Santo?
A little bit of Palo Santo. And the reason that Nick was asking his question is because he said the S, because Kyle used the S word. Let's try to keep this PG-13, Kyle, if we can.
I don't know which one to say. You can say that word in PG-13 movies. You can actually also say one F word. So I don't know, don't come at me. You're so aggressive, and it is just so. It's maddening. I have to sit here and you're the host. Yeah, good job.
There are some.
Like you have like a shaving brush on fire. Did you light a shaving brush on fire?
No, this is one of the things I've been doing for Todd every night. I've been burning this incense for him every night to make him feel better. As part of my, I'll call it what it is, part of my voodoo magic that I'm doing for Todd every night. And he's not doing better yet as a result, but he's going to be feeling better for sure. And I'll tell you what, I've been burning this every night and I feel great. I feel better than I've ever felt in my life. And I'm starting to have, and then every once in a while, I'm starting to here's how good I'm feeling. I'm starting to kind of see things through Todd's eyes every once in a while, even. Like for the other night, I was petting Addie, and I was in my bedroom, and I was not in Todd's house, but I could see myself petting Addie. So I don't really know why it's not working for him, but he's going to be feeling better anytime now. I don't want people to worry too much about that. Let's we got a question from Carmody here. Hey Todd, you are so full of knowledge, but what's the most ridiculous fact that you know?
That's a great question, Carmody. I don't, what's a ridiculous fact? I think fiction is more ridiculous sometimes, but I like to tell people sometimes that cigarette lighters were invented before matches. I think that's kind of fascinating. You think about a match and you think about how simplistic it is, but really, if you like think about it a little bit on another level, to have something combustible that is still just like in a match, that's actually pretty incredible, I think. And then also, I just want to say that Kyle said you can use one F word in PG-13 movies, but there are a few exceptions where they use more. For example, So I Married an Axe Murderer.
Right. Yeah. One of the Ocean's movies too. So, okay. So Kyle's got something from the rumor mill here. Word on the street is that you've officially completed your mission of literally busting every gut with laughter. And that's really why you're moving on career-wise. Kind of a no worlds left to conquer sort of deal. Can you confirm?
Look, I don't like to talk numbers. First of all, I'm going to start with that. Like, I don't brag. Yeah. I'm not gonna give you numbers. Yeah. Sorry. But I'm just gonna say I've busted a lot of guts. And that's just
look at everyone nodding. Everyone's like very supportive.
Yeah, everyone's nodding. Yeah, thank you for
that's a silly fact. If you want a silly fact, I've busted a lot of guts. And in fact, some people call me Rambo. I've busted so many guts, because he killed a lot of people.
Right. Yeah.
But I think that's I don't think that's why.
Famous murderer.
Yeah, he murdered all those
John Rambo.
All those innocent police people in Oregon that one time.
Have you seen? Did you watch the whole movie? Did you watch all of Rambo?
Yeah, he redeemed himself, and they were really mean to him.
They were.
There's more to it than that.
Well, yeah, it's First Blood, because it's funny because the first movie is actually called First Blood, and then the second one is Rambo 2.
What's funny about that?
We have a good question here, Todd. You're just going down to the corner store to get some milk, right? You're gonna be right back, right? That's from Alice.
Yeah, I'll be right back. You don't have. I mean, it's whatever. It's and then when there's with this, there's all sorts of and then plus we can do that.
This is a real. This episode's a mess so far. You need to get it together. You need.
I want to read to you the Rambo movies in order, and you tell me if this naming hierarchy makes sense. Are you guys ready?
Okay, let's hear it. Yep.
First Blood.
Makes sense.
And then Rambo, First Blood Part 2.
Okay, that doesn't make as much sense.
And then Rambo 3. And then the next one is called Rambo.
Go on.
And then the last one is called Rambo: The Force of Freedom. So the
last one's cool.
The fourth movie.
The last one's called what? The Force of Freedom.
I guess that's actually an animated
Star Wars
series
kind of
from
collab, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say that doesn't sound right to me. That didn't sound. Oh, right
sorry. No, the last one was Rambo: Last Blood.
Last Blood.
So, but the fourth movie was the one that was called Rambo.
Correct.
And then
took a while.
It's silly.
Well, Rambo First Blood Part 2 was kind of called Rambo, but also Alice, just so you know, the show is sponsored. We've talked about our sponsors in the past, Pepper Packets, Salt, a couple other companies, the whole organization, whole industry of salt sponsors the show. Your advertisement in the background we might have to blur it out for the YouTube clip we're going to put up later, because you're not supposed to have other advertisements up, and that's one of our strict kind of contract things that we wrote into our contracts when we made our deal with Salt.
She's like targeting like curious logic gamers. That's cool. Like it's like you're looking for curious people. Yeah.
It's a gaming fundraiser.
It says curious, but
Kyle doesn't know. Kyle doesn't know
about
clouds.
That's the other thing I was going to say, actually, Alice. I'm glad you mentioned that. Kids are also a real no-no when it comes to sort of what we're trying to do with this show. This is not like this is HBO. This is this is raw content here. We don't really need kids to be involved in sort of the topics we talk about or anything. So you don't have to take it down.
They're going to find it. These kids are curious as hell, I think. I mean, it's if what she says is true, they're going to find it. Going to stop.
Hey there, Ted. What's your advice for cowboys? Todd, it's me on the screen. You don't have to look behind you. There's a question about cowboys. Do you have any advice for cowboys?
Yeah, sure. Like, you get, because you got your, you have your leather and the chaps, and you got to make sure to clean your shooter, because when those swinging doors in the saloon, you just push them open and they'll hit you in the back if you're not careful. And so you got to make sure to have your Colt 45 shined up and primed and ready for the main street when you get out of Dodge on your stay. Do you hear?
I know you're kind of like you're just supposed to be low. This is really good. This is like, if this is,
That was
this,
great.
I know this is you being like, oh, like this is like
That was
Todd
great.
like being sick. It's like, yeah, but this is actually really good too. So it's kind of like,
Yeah, that last one was good.
if you're trying to like do this thing where it's like making us like not miss you by like putting on a lackluster, it's not working. Like, this is awesome,
Right.
and you're crushing it.
Hi, Todd. From what I've heard, Sam from Slack is double dipping and currently on a client call while listening to you. As it might be your final opportunity to talk to a Procore customer, are there any messages you'd like Sam to pass on from you to his client? It's a great question, Julian. Thank you for asking that.
That's a great question, Julian. Thanks for asking that. And I think if our client, I think if our client,
go ahead.
I think if our client, and I think that if our client, if she's got any extra blood, I'm a few gallons short of a quart, and I'd really, man, it'd mean a lot. I'm like, I feel like thirsty, but but all over, like I feel thirsty even in my legs.
Hey, I finally got the bit.
Yeah.
By the way,
I
was really behind the ball on this. I get it. I get the bit now. But it's good. I just am like, I do appreciate it. But I just now got it.
There's no bit. This show's not. This is life. We're just kind of living out life.
I know.
It's not really
I just got it.
Hey, Todd, did you like Borat 2? And then he adds his review of it, which doesn't matter because it's a question and answer show. It's not a movie review show. So you can answer the question, but I don't care. Like, we don't care what Nick thought of it.
It's basically a movie review show.
Yeah, I liked I didn't see the Borat yet. I think it just came out today, and I've been
we've been working
because I've been some people have been getting laid off, and so you got to work hard if you want to keep your job, and so I haven't been watching silly joke television, if that's your question.
Right. And working hard right now recently, is that going to help you are you going to be able to keep your job because you worked hard right now, or is that not going to happen? Is that not going to happen?
I mean, I've sent some emails to Tui and I haven't had any responses, but
right.
Borat is actually news. Borat's news now.
It's true.
I mean, you could say that it's not news, but it is news.
So we have another rumor from Kyle. The last rumor was, I don't know where he's getting his information. This time around, he's hearing whispers that your stint at Procore was a Billy Madison type deal, where you had to prove yourself in a variety of different roles before ascending to control the entire company. So I guess my question is, when is Tui making the announcement? This is actually one that I have heard, this rumor. This has been circulating a bit.
I told you this before the show.
Yeah, you called me up right before the show and told me so. I heard it circulating from you.
Very excited.
Yeah.
Needless to say.
Yeah.
I know I would be in line for some stuff. So I don't know. I'm just like, tell me if it's right.
Well, it's right, but you're like the Chris Farley character who drives the bus. You know what I mean? And eats the kids' lunches. Yeah. So you'll help me you helped me study and stuff, which is cool. But it's mostly good for me and not so much for anyone else. And I don't know.
I also find love at the end, I believe.
Yeah, Veronica Vaughn. Oh, you mean the Penguin?
The Penguin and Chris Farley's character seem to have some kind of union at the end.
And actually, you met Veronica Vaughn. Well, you saw her.
I saw her at Starbucks.
Starbucks. Yeah,
that's correct. It was on. Should I tell the story? It's really good.
Tell the story. It's a great story.
It was.
Yeah, let's hear it, Kyle. Let's hear the story.
New Year's Day morning, 2018.
Yeah.
It was the first day of 2018, and I wanted some coffee. Maybe did a little bit of partying the night before. I don't know. We can get into a little bit of that.
We don't have to.
I think it's okay to admit that. Have cut loose sometimes. Yeah. Okay.
How long are we going to do this story for?
I know, like it's not.
I want to pay you back for the Rancho Cucamonga
top.
one that took like 10 minutes one time. I had so many good questions that day, and it was just so long. I'm kidding. What are we talking about? What should we do now?
Okay, well, let's go to the next question.
Okay,
basically,
we got another question.
Kyle saw her doing lines, reading lines.
Yeah, she was running lines at a Starbucks.
Yeah,
Julie Bowen.
Yeah, I was gonna say she probably wasn't doing lines, and also let's remember that all of Alice's kids are gonna watch the show later, so we got to be careful with what we say about partying and lines and things like that.
I gotta tell you what,
the next question does
use a pick me up right now.
I didn't know she was a mom.
The next question has. The next question has some Lost spoilers in it. Oh yeah, there's your kid right there. So if you haven't seen the show Lost, spoiler alert for you. I think it's like this first season, so you have to have at least seen this. Hey Todd, you know how on Lost, Jack transfers blood to Boone via sea urchin spine? Forgot about that. Do you feel like that could be happening in reverse via voodoo magic? Actually, you know what? That question, Lost spoilers, I don't really want to go into that because Lost spoilers.
Wait a minute.
And that could be really confusing for people who have never seen Lost. So let's get some more questions in the chat. We'll skip that one because if you've seen Lost, if you haven't seen Lost, you're missing out. And I don't want
to skip this one. I have questions about this.
You want to skip this one? No, you want to skip this one? No, you want to skip this one? No, you want to skip this one? You want to skip this one?
Let's skip this one.
You want to skip this one? You're trying to skip this one.
Let's skip this one.
We'll skip this one. We'll skip this one. Any other questions? Any other questions in the chat we can throw? Oh, great, Kyle. Few people know about your LARP character, Max Volume. Yeah. Really quickly, Kyle, can you explain what LARPing is? Because this is actually one of the things that only Alice's kids are going to understand. And no one else here probably knows what those are.
Okay, Alice's kids. So nice to meet you. You can call me Uncle Kyle.
Okay.
So LARP is live action role play, and it's where adults pretend. And this is one of Todd's fun characters named Max Volume, and I'd love him just to walk you through some of that character mapping.
Yeah. So basically, it's a pretty standard role. Max Volume. He's it's his biggest weapon is his voice of overpowerment. He also has a bag of holding, but it has like a 10-item max, But he does some pretty decent HP with his yells, and I just run around a park and I yell. I mostly just yell no running at children, and it makes people slow down. It's like the effect of that spell that I cast. This is pretty standard stuff. I don't know why
everyone knows about this already. Todd, do you feel like it will be important for you to pass the mantle of the host of Asktodd to a woman because, representation? Kaki was asking that.
Yeah. Women are, I think that we'll let a woman be there because
or a man or like someone who's helped with the show for a long time, like a man. Someone who's been on the show, someone who's been doing the show with you for a long time.
I'm tired of men. You know what I mean? Like I'm tired. I'm just tired.
Really. I think you're just tired in general.
Yeah, man.
It seems like you're just tired.
Yeah. And so let's make a woman president.
But for the host of the show, you're probably going to want to go.
If we're going to
the show, you're probably going to want to go with someone who
will make her president.
The show for a while and
should care about us.
I'm talking about the president.
And we should
think you're president right now. Does he think he's president? Like that's what he's think. He's like that's what he's like. I'm gonna stop being president now. Like that's. Explains kind of a lot, to be honest.
The blood loss thing's really taking its toll. It's pretty clear. Starting to kind of hallucinate a little bit. Hey, there's a few more minutes, and I just want to remind you all that this is the penultimate episode. So if you something happens to you. I'm not saying something's going to happen to you, but if something happens to you.
Did you tell them that this is the penultimate estimate?
Todd, like, it's okay. I got this, man. I think you're probably good to sort of take it easy for the next few minutes here. You don't need to get too involved in the show. Okay, we got another question in here. Todd, do you think the new Ask E should be a Procore outsider to keep the show balanced and informative? Yeah, it's a hard no on that one for sure. Definitely not. But I'll let Todd answer it. But it's going to be a no for sure. Definite not.
Well, it's outsider to keep the show balanced and informative. Yeah, I think I'm going to be around for a long time. I don't think I'm going anywhere. I mean, as long as I've got this body, as long as I have got 2 legs to stand on.
Right.
I'm going to.
Yeah. Those will probably go next. The legs. All right. Okay. Whew, this is a rough one. Okay, Todd, as president, are you allowed to pardon yourself for things like murdering a facsimile of yourself, just as an example?
Facsimile?
Yeah,
did you mean to say facsimile? Is that what you meant to say?
No, he did not mean to say that.
No, I think he meant to say facsimile. So here's the thing with facsimiles. They're the cutest of the animals as facsimiles. They're basically like they look like animals, but they're not the real thing. They're like copies of animals, basically. It's like when they cloned those sheep in Ireland in like the late 90s,
Dolly.
Same thing, dude.
No. Okay. Okay. No, they're not.
Let's get that in the chat. Let's get that question there.
Let's not.
That's probably where we're headed next.
Todd,
Kyle,
but as a president,
Todd, go ahead.
As a president, yeah, it's unprecedented to not pardon yourself. Because we're all like because everyone in the world loves each other. So, and since there's unity and there's other planets, but especially when we come together, and I think that's magic. And if it's not, then the wizards didn't do their job. And who am I?
Okay, good. Great question. Great answer. Thomas wants to know if Ken Bone is your running mate. That's a nice throwback to a
he's got
classic
too much
meme.
I don't run with cable knit sweaters. I'm not gonna have a cable knit sweater on my ticket.
Yeah, right.
I'm a classy man. You better be.
Nick
if you want to be on
Nick's got. Yeah, you have some. So go ahead, finish your thought if you can.
I think I did.
Okay, all right. Nick has coming in with a rare good question here. Who are you? He wants to know.
Who's he asking?
You. Every question in this has always been for you since the beginning of doing the show. It's always been questions for Todd. So
I thought it was kind of a flaw from the beginning as well.
And it's luckily it's one of the only things that's going to change.
Do you have a hint? Can I have a hint?
Okay, Todd, do you think all you need to do to regain your strengths is to have more opportunities to make fun of Tyler? If so, I can do anything to facilitate. Can I do anything? I do. If so, listen, okay, here's the thing. If we're going to ask questions in the chat, if we're going to write them out, and if we're going to be professional freelance writers as our careers, let's try to, because I can't,
and if we're going to read them out loud,
let's make sure
this is ridiculous. Let's make sure we know words like facsimile also.
Okay, well, but that
maybe.
Kind of sad, to be honest. I'm sure that Kyle's referring to Casey's question. So I've got my alarm going off on my phone. Something I need to get done. Todd, I'll let you close out the show. Bye, everyone. We'll see you next week. Todd, wrap it up. Just hit the end button when you're done, and we'll wrap the show up today.
I just want to. I want to be. I'm glad that I could come this far.
Give me his energy.
And I'm going to
for my energy. Give him my energy.
Graduation day is a great
His
day
energy is mine.
Of us, and
I will be the host. I am the host.
And
I will be the host. And Todd will give me his energy. Give me your energy. Say that I'm the host. Let me be the host.